Hey y'all, what is up? Back.
What's up, gang? It's React and Draw.
Oh, also, let me give me a second.
What's good, everybody? We have returned. We're on YouTube and we're on Twitch. What's up, Twitch side? We got John V. Page. He says, "Yo,
Hey John, what's up?
yo, John V."
Awesome launch yesterday, bro. Of your you really made my art shine in that, by the way.
Right. For people who need the backstory, John V. Page, who's in the chat, he did an audio comic called Ruthless. It has voiceover. It's on the JVP music channel. Sean did some drawings for the project, and he took those drawings and added audio visual component to it. He has voiceover, he has music, original music by him, hence the YouTube title, JVP Music.
Right.
And it's pretty wild. Like we could play a little clip of it here,
Yep. Give me one
but
second,
it
because I'm
is
just gonna.
arousing like 20 minutes and change, right? It's like a thing, right? This is a
Yes,
hefty bit of content.
yes, definitely.
This ain't no hit and run operation here.
Give me a second. I'm just do something on this real quick.
hmm So, anyway, this stream is going to be talking about the Sega Genesis. I know it is an assault stream, but so what? We're entitled, okay? We have endured the cringy present, all right? We have endured the barrage of mind numbing, crazy destruction of the properties that we grew up with. Now we have to travel back in time to a simpler time, a happier time of our youth, the golden age of the 16-bit era,
Right.
you know, when there was actually competition between these video game companies that erupted in a groundswell of classic entertainment that has inspired a generation,
Genesis
particularly
does
our
what Nintendo
generation.
don't. Remember
Yes,
that?
yes. This Genesis and Super Nintendo. Now, Sean and I are very unique in that we both had a Sega Genesis, and we're like Sega Genesis buffs.
Yeah.
Okay, we're like
Okay.
Sega people. All right. Now we all know that Nintendo, I guess, won in the console war, and then eventually, I guess, PlayStation and Xbox surpassed them in the console wars. Although Nintendo, I guess, is more. It's like evergreen.
Yeah, they have their own niche.
Right. They have a niche and they're killing it all the time. But we are Sega people, you know. And through this stream, we'll try to discover why we are still fervent Sega fans above all others, like Sega loyalists.
I mean, it's
What
kind
do they
of.
call it? Yeah. What? So, Sean, I'm just ask you flat out. What is it about Sega that inspires you? Like what got you into it in the first place? And how do the games, like, I don't know, affect your art style or whatever you're doing in your
You know what? Hold
endeavors
on.
today?
Before I go into that, because I actually want to go into that, like nerd in depth. Let me just fix this stuff here, and
Okay.
then I will I will definitely get
No
into.
problem. We have Mr. Rasmain is here. What's up? What is up, gang?
What up, sir?
What's up?
Uh,
So, yeah. And also, Sega is coming out with some new classics. I mean, old classics, but they're doing like a new video game of each property right now of the classics. So you got a new Streets of Rage game coming out. You have a new Shinobi game coming out.
yeah.
They're doing a Jet Set Radio, and they're doing Golden Axe apparently.
Now I seen some of them trailers. Oh, it
Yes,
was only one trailer. My bad.
right.
That was off of the the Game Awards, the
hmm
greatest Game Awards of all time.
You were not a fan of the Game Awards this year?
We watched that right on
Yes, we were on Twitch and we saw the Game Awards, and I don't know. I mean, it seems like we are getting to a point where all these companies, whether they're AAA or maybe they slightly under AAA,
Mm.
are all able to achieve a professional look to them
Yeah.
that can be indistinguishable from each other. And I guess since there's like this, there's all access to 3D rendering software and models that are you could buy them and whatnot. Like, remember there was a game that came out that was like this big AAA title, and like they found out that they were using assets that were similar to another game,
Wait, what? Sorry, say that again. Oh, you mean? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
right? They said like, "Hey, you're ripping off this other game," and then they found out that it was like they bought assets.
It was Bleak Faith.
Yeah, something like that. Was that a
Actually,
big game? I don't even know if it was. It probably wasn't.
no. Hey, I have a computer that can actually play it now.
Yay!
It was very buggy when it came out. Apparently, but maybe they fixed it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hold on.
But all the game premises seemed the same. It was like, I don't know, some CGI, I don't know, soldier in space, and they played the slow music in the trailer, like the slow version of like a rock song or something. And
Right.
got one word titles. Requiem. And it's like a person like in a fake, Halo outfit shooting a giant rail gun, like take off the helmet.
Right.
It's like
Oh wait, sorry.
someone in pigtails, and you know.
I'm almost finished with what I'm doing here. Sorry.
So I don't know. It's getting all samey, and not a lot of variety.
Yeah.
And I guess the premises of these games, you know, they don't seem to have like, I don't know, a lightness to them or a sense of humor or something that could set it apart from it. Not that I want silly billy nonsense like whatever like the MCU was turned into with like
I mean, I
cringe
get
humor and
what
whatnot.
I'm trying to think of the last game that like.
It's all blending into like a similar kind of mush with the same color tones, the same outer space, landing on some planet and fighting the aliens premise,
Right.
military premise, space military marine premise. It's getting a bit samey.
I mean, I know this is Space Marine esque, but I guess like the last game that I remember was like Doom Eternal didn't take itself that seriously. It was like a ton of fun. Uh, I know there's a lot of boomer shooters out right now that I haven't played.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the originalities coming in these like throwback boomer shooters, 2D
Right.
gaming spaces. With the indie games.
Mhm.
Maybe because they have limited resources, so they have to make up for it with creativity. Like, I don't know why the guys like who made Hotline Miami decided to retire or something, the franchise after part 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them to come back.
Like, part 2 was great. Great music, great style, challenging gameplay, very challenging, but addictive.
That game will test your patience.
I like the art style they were going for, the aesthetic,
Right.
synthwave aesthetic, this crime aesthetic, this weird, grimy outsider art type aesthetic, and they just stopped making it. Like, why? Just keep going, bro. It was a hit game, right?
Yeah. I mean,
But maybe they want to milk the franchise like other video game franchises have been milked to death and diminishing returns and whatnot. But and they do make other games,
yeah.
other franchises.
Hold on. Why did this thing not update itself?
Well, but Sean's dealing with the technical issues. Let's go to the chat.
I don't know if you can see the chat. I know my boy Lednito's in the I don't know, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna leave that. I'll fix it later. it's like too much.
Mr. Raspberry says I might could do Golden Axe. Golden Axe was a big one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best character to use in Golden Axe is, of course, the dwarf with the Viking helmet.
Oh yeah. That guy was the man.
Gillian Thunderhead. I think that was his name. And he didn't have a lot of way of potions, and he wasn't the fastest, I guess, but he was the strongest.
Yes.
And he had a cool move with the axe. You know, he'd like swing it 2 times and then hit you on the butt of it with the end of it, and then kick you.
All right, so I'm gonna get some reference, and I'm gonna sketch. I'm gonna sketch some Sega joint right now.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So sorry. So you would ask me a question. Oh, what about Sega Genesis? Oh, before I even go on to that, boy, Lenito says, "Can I be a guest on this? I just want to mess up this nice set, yo." God, the setup. That's our new setup. Our new old school hacker S inspired setup right here.
Oh yeah. This is yeah. We're always upgrading the look on React and Draw, and this is our look right now.
Got to remain fresh or something. Fresh.
At least we can spruce up the digs around here.
Yeah.
As we try to fight the algo.
What about
this throwback stream?
What
Because what do people want to hear? They want to hear us dunk on She-Hulk. We can do that tomorrow. But I
could dunk on She-Hulk tomorrow.
I mean, but it's like, what do you have to hear? Like, I mean, have you heard it already? It sucks.
I don't know. I mean, I watched it. I actually watched She-Hulk.
And they're not going to make it again because they were lying how successful it was.
I was just like, I tweeted the other day that I'm like, I had a bunch of randos on Twitter talk about, you know, like more like Disney's not in trouble. They getting the funds, and I'm like, okay, and now they're saying that they don't have the funds to go. Where were the funds that you said that they had? Y'all told me, at least 5 of y'all on Twitter told me that Disney will always have the funds. So why do they not have the funds to finish She-Hulk season 2? I personally think that they're hiding the funds and they just making excuses. So they should go do She-Hulk season 2. I want Marvel to make everything that they promised to make in exactly the way that they wanted to make it, just so I can see what happens. Because I'm being entertained by their results. I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, it's funny as we do this throwback stream to a better time. It actually was a different time than it is now, but because it's similar in that the corporations would at least take your feedback and give you what you want to see.
Yes.
And it seemed like their money was directly tied into the products you were willing to buy. Now it just seems like things are imposed on us, whether we like it or not.
Right.
And then somehow they either make or lose money, but it doesn't matter because they continue to shovel out the stuff that we didn't want to see.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I really don't understand like how the economy works right now. But back then it was sort of like, hey, you like Star Trek? Here's some more Star Trek. We're gonna make it like the last Star Trek you liked. Oh, you don't want to see it anymore? We'll stop making it. All right, we'll make something else. It was just like kind of just like very simple.
1-to-1 ratio.
Comic store. What?
It's like 1-to-1. You know, you just
basically. I mean, it wasn't exactly 1, but it was close to 1-to-1 as it can get.
Right.
The ratings were down. The show's canceled. You cry about it. The show's a hit. It's a hit. Sometimes stuff was undeservedly canceled. Nowadays, it seems like everything's acting like they're undeservingly canceled.
Yeah.
Bring back She-Hulk or whatever. And it's like, no. Like, it wasn't good. People didn't like it. It was over budget.
I mean, it was a comedy show. That wasn't funny.
Right. So can it go away?
I smirked one time. I'm not being sarcastic either. Like, I did not laugh.
Yeah, people acting like it was like the last. People acting like it was like Twin Peaks or something, like unfairly canceled before its time, groundbreaking. It was a hit, and then the ratings dipped off, and they had no faith, so they canceled it early. And it's like She-Hulk had none of that. It was just lame from the get-go. And I guess it cost too much to have her transform or whatever and stay that way, and it wasn't worth it. So let's do that. How about that?
Oh no.
So I'm just like, whatever.
Lenito on YouTube said Sean want to watch him burn Marvel's new villain, the Observer, based on Sean. Yeah, I just observe. You know what I'm saying? Like I just,
He observes, he
I'm not,
reacts, he
I'm not.
observes.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not here for good or evil. I just want to watch.
Yeah, and it's their
So,
choice to make it. I
yeah, I'm
mean,
like
they're going
y'all.
to make it anyway, whether I like it or not.
Like
So
y'all said, you wanted to make the Marvels exactly where you make it. I'm like, all right, cool. I
I'm
don't.
just not going to punish myself by enduring
Yeah,
cringe. I'm just
I
not going to
applaud the
do it.
fact that y'all made the movie and made $2.39. You know what I'm saying?
In a way, they're very
Yeah,
passionate about what they want to do with their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to tell you to not draw whatever Sega character you're doing now, right? Like, if somebody said, "Hey, buddy,
right,
don't draw that. No one want to see that. That's not the new hotness. Draw like, that football player that's dating Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey. Draw him. People want to see him or something." You're like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
like nah, we're not doing that today.
Because this is your passion. Their passion is making,
Whatever they're
She
making,
Hulk, Ray Star Wars movies for the next 17 years,
and now they
whether
got,
it makes money or not.
now they got the audacity to tell me they don't got the funds.
Yeah, well, I
What
endorse
you
them and
mean?
moving on with their artistic passions because I'm just not going to watch it
Yeah,
because you can
no,
always cook the books to make it seem like it was a hit anyway, and
that
then
is
like
true.
you can't debate their reality.
Right,
It's like they'll tell you, no, it actually was a hit because you didn't see how well it did in Mexico.
I'm like, oh
And they
my
pull
bad.
out some algorithm or something, and then you're like, well, I don't believe it. And it says, well, you don't believe it because you don't want to believe the truth. And then it's like you're at a no-win pass or something.
Right,
I guess like what I'm saying is that the best course of action is just say this. I don't care if it made money, it just sucks. Sometimes things make money and it just sucks. And
and
like Transformers: The Last Night, I'm like, really? Like this thing was like unwatchable to me, but it
also
made a lot of money.
you
But
also have
I
to
just
have
don't want to
thick.
watch
I
it.
also have to have thick skin, like, because a lot of these characters, like, I no longer care about. I've trained myself to no longer care about them because I just realized they're going to keep ruining them. Now, when it comes to characters that I care about, I'm gonna have to train myself. Like when they ruined Devil May Cry the anime, which is
Yeah,
gotta
which will happen
right,
because
and
that guy's in charge.
I gotta train myself not to care about that. And I
Stoicism,
like,
strong. Yeah, like nothing phases you. They punch you, they kick
oh
you,
look,
they harass you.
they ruined Dante. They race swapped Trish, and okay, whatever. Oh, like I don't know. It's like,
Dante is the side character of his franchise. He's in 3 episodes, and the other
uh,
characters are the main heroes. When they pull that one on you, you're gonna have to just sit there and ignore it.
okay, y'all. Sorry, I can't promise that. That might be a YouTube video. But I'll work on myself as a person, so
All
that it
right,
doesn't
all right.
get to, so it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, it's also Sean doesn't flip out too much. It doesn't really help them. I don't think the model helps them either. I think the model is like, I'll do something that the fans hate. They'll
Mm,
make YouTube videos about it, talking about my property. I'll get the click, and then I'll get season 2 on Netflix. But I don't think that's working. I don't know if it ever worked,
nah.
but I guess it sounded cool to like the producers at the streaming services, and they believed it. I don't know. It's like Eric Bischoff said from WCW, controversy
First you
creates
crease
cash.
cash, man. Look,
And they were like, "Oh, I guess it does." They were able to do that with He-Man. They
yeah,
tricked people into clicking on it because they had the art style like it was like He-Man 2.0.
yeah.
Like whatever you grew up with the 80s, He-Man was 2.0 of that. Powerhouse animation didn't F up the animation, at least in what they showed you in the clips. Then when you finally clicked it, it was like He-Man dies. He's being wimped out, chumped out
Yeah.
on his own show. It was about the side characters. It was a lot of yapping.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, well, we got the click and that's all we wanted. But like, will that like make people want to see this or that or the other thing in the long term? No. So I don't know. You gotta have thick skin nowadays. Like Ghostbusters when that happened. I just seen like all the stuff you like grew up with
Mm,
get like gunned down in the street, like one by one. That at some point you just have to. It's either you're gonna turn into some disgruntled person
hmm
living in their algorithm of like destruction, or you have to like I don't know find your own happiness once in a while. Remember the good old days,
I
and
mean,
maybe one day they shall return.
there's some
I mean,
things.
it's a sadness to nostalgia,
Yeah,
but there's also a joy to nostalgia as well. So we'll emphasize
there's
that.
some things that I'm guarded against. Like I think I'm fully guarded against the ruination of X-Men.
Mhm.
Like when the movies come out and they suck, I'll be like, I wasn't gonna watch it anyway.
Right.
But there's some things that I have to train myself to like. I'll be like, all right, yeah, this one I might rant a little on that, that. Like Castlevania, like I wasn't like that, like whatever they were beasting about in the with the last series. I didn't watch it, so and I wasn't that bothered, but I could understand how other people were.
True.
Hold on, I'm gonna get something real quick, and then I'm gonna continue the Segathon. Hold on.
It says Sean the Dawn, Dan the Man is Mary Cinematic on YouTube. What's up? He's in the chat. How you doing? What is good? Yeah, so this is the Sega Genesis stream. Um, it was like I was actually like pretty big into Sega from the jump. I mean, I had the Sega Master System as a kid, and everybody had Nintendo, and it was because my friend in elementary school had the Master System, and I guess the idea was that I was gonna get a Master System, or we were gonna get so we could swap games or something. And you know, it was funny because the Nintendo clearly was the winner. The NES won that console war handily. It came out earlier. It had more developers. It had Mario. It had Link. They were already like out the gate running past the finish line, lapping over to the next lap, already in the next event of the triathlon before Sega can get its shoes on in terms of the Master System. But I had a Master System, and there were great games on it though. Like I guess, and I could always have that be like the secret. Oh, this is my little secret. It's for me. Like you find an indie band. Like you discover like some indie band that's not popular, but it's on the cusp of being popular
Right.
before everyone else discovers it. That's how you feel like when you have a Sega Master System while everyone else is NES down.
Now I will say, um, I did not share your era
Yeah.
of I did not have a master system.
I mean, that's a very rare thing to have a Sega Master System. Like, not a lot of people did.
In fact, I did not know until a month and a half ago that there were certain games that were released that I played on Genesis that were also released on the Master System.
Yeah, they would port some kind of 8-bit version of them.
Right.
Of course, looking, it's inferior graphics and whatnot, but it was interesting to see how it looked, though. Like, was Streets of Rage on there? It's like a cheap
Not
version.
only was Streets of Rage on a Streets of Rage 2 was on the Master System.
Oh, that's crazy.
I
That I
didn't
didn't
I didn't
know.
know this until last month, bro.
That's weird.
I was like,
That's
"What?"
weird.
Yeah, I had to look into. I could probably bring it up on YouTube. I was bugged out. I, by the way, I'm pretty sure we could probably sample stuff from YouTube on here. These games is old at AF or
Probably.
something. uh, so I'm gonna answer that Sega question, but before that, what we got going on here in the chat? Uh, Mr. Rasmussen said this is what happens when they own means of distribution. Oh, I think that was for the last topic we were having, right? Let Needle says, I just watched a new show where they got the bear. They got off the Baron's head. It wasn't even funny, just shock humor. Doesn't make me laugh. Yeah, it's a lot of things. There's a lot of things like that nowadays. He also said, "Have you seen the new Chung Li statue they dropped, bro, by Premium Collectibles?" No, but I'll have to check it out.
I think I did actually.
Really?
I think I might have because I was on Instagram scrolling around
Mm-hmm.
and they had that guy Iron Pinky,
Oh
that
yes.
artist, and he had a drawing, and then he had like two statues next to it. It looked like she was working out or doing something like that. I don't know if that's the one, but
Oh, I'm
I
gonna
can
look
take
it
a
up right
peek.
now. Premium. Chung Li. Premium.
Like what's it say? It says here's the accompanying print for the. I don't know. Maybe it's a different one. Premium Collectible Studios. Yeah, she's doing squats with like trying to lift uh some weights.
I found it. Oh, it's a reasonable. Oh, wait, is this the one? Yes, it is. Release date expected 2024. It's a reasonable price, right?
Oh, that's legit,
For only $4,000, you too can own.
bro. Is this life size or something?
Uh,
Is she gonna do the martial arts in front of us?
I don't think it's life size. So.
That's
Is that
that's
35 inches? High? That's about up to. Yeah, that's a pretty big. That's pretty big to put in. You would have the nerd home to like have this fit in, right?
true.
Yeah. So hold on.
Maricin Max says, "Did you guys prefer the Sega Genesis or Nintendo more?"
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now, right? Super Nintendo had superior hardware. It had more colors on the screen. It had 256 colors on the screen at the same time, if I remember correctly. While Sega Genesis had 64 colors on the screen at the same time. They had premium games. They had the companies like Capcom, this, that, and the third. And I will wholeheartedly say that I like Sega more. I do not care. I do not care. It has something to do with mood.
Mood, interesting.
Now,
Atmosphere.
atmosphere. Now I'm gonna let everybody listening right now know that all of my opinions are based on pure bias and ignorance. Okay,
Unreasonability,
unreasonability. Okay,
not
I'm
logical,
no logic whatsoever. Okay, because there's
emotional, pure emotions.
yes, pure emotions. Okay,
Feelings care about facts.
yes,
I
this is
mean, facts over
this
feelings over facts.
yes, the SJW Sean right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something right now. There is no
Mr. Shapiro will
game.
be upset right now.
I'm sure he would. He could come debate me on old school gaming if he wants. That'll put us on the map, right? Sean and Ben Shapiro. There was no game on Super. Now, obviously, I had limited exposure to Super Nintendo, but in my later years, I did go and I played a lot of try to catch up on a lot of Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Yo, there's no Super Nintendo game that made me feel the way I felt when I first played like Streets of Rage, bro.
Oh, for sure.
And I should leave that topic for last. All right, the Streets of Rage is like its own, like I don't know, segment. But I don't know, man. What is it? All right, let's go through the Super Nintendo bangers. Right, what they had? They had the better version of Street Fighter 2, for sure. They had a superior looking Mortal Kombat, but we had the Blood though.
Yes, they had the blood in Mortal Kombat for the Genesis.
Hmm.
They didn't have it. They did not have it for the Super Nintendo. I think by part two, they both had the blood because the backlash from the fans was too wild,
Right.
and they had to change their ways because I think Nintendo was like trying to be some family friendly company,
Yes.
and that was their brand for some reason. We didn't, and I had no idea that was supposed to be their brand until Mortal Kombat came out. Like when they had the game with the sweat, like so they would hit you and like some
Yeah,
clear substance would pop out
some
on Super
sweat,
Nintendo.
like
It was weird. Like Scorpion would do a uppercut on Sub Zero, and then like some I don't know clear fluid would fly out in the air and it's sweat. And I was like, what the hell was this? And then he just claimed, well, we're a family friendly company. That's why we did this. And I was like, I had no idea you were a family friendly company. I had no idea this is the vibe. Of course, back in the day, there was some kind of controversy about violence in video games, and they had like Senate hearings about this,
yeah,
or at least like government hearings about it. So, like Jack Thompson, he was trying to get these games banned and whatnot.
bro. I remember Jack.
Yeah,
Good
he was
old
trying to
Jack.
get these games, and he made examples of Mortal Kombat and the Sega CD game called Night Trap,
Yeah.
starring Dana Plato
Mm.
from Different Strokes, and a Sega game, by the way. So Sega's always pushing the boundaries. He had Mortal Kombat.
If you're struggling with getting,
hold on.
And
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, and you had Night Trap. These are Sega games. Well, it was transported on the Sega platform.
Right.
In it's unedited form. So I guess Sega was the bad boy console.
It was
for a while, and it had characters with attitude, like
Sonic.
Mario. He's a happy plumber, but Sonic, he's a guy with attitude, wagging his finger.
Yeah,
tapping
Mario
his foot, telling you to hurry up and play the game.
Bro, like, what do you want? Like, you as a child, let me ask you all the question. Do you want to jump on mushrooms? And trust me, I jumped on many a Goomba.
Right.
All right, it's pretty cool. Or do you want to go at breakneck speed? You know what I'm saying? Curl up into a ball, bash through a wall. I'm sorry, the cool factor. Yeah, cool factor just ain't the same, man. Hold on.
In the chat, you have Lenito. He says no, that the powerlifting Chun-Li. So I sent it in a message on. I don't know if you want to show it, but
let me see.
It was from that guy's Instagram account. I don't know if Instagram pop up on your iPad. I should have just sent you in Instagram, but here it is. This is what he was talking about. So this is Chun-Li's statue.
That's insane.
And I guess, yeah. So it's the powerlifting Chun-Li.
Chun-Li's using all her strength. Her strength right here.
Right. So that's for Lenito out there in the chat. Yeah, so there you go. This will get you banned in America.
Oh yeah, it'll be over for you. You can't do. First of all, the character's attractive. You can't be doing that in America, man. We already covered that on last stream. Or I don't know if that was last stream. One of the stream before last.
But I guess like nothing's stopping you from like if you have your own characters to like do things like this if that's your thing.
Right.
It's just someone's got to step up. If they want to do it, they'll do it. We have here Johnny Cage fighting Scorpion.
Yeah, this is
and this is the Nintendo Super Nintendo version.
Super Nintendo version right now.
Yeah, it's the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat 2. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, they don't even have the sweat.
Oh man.
But wait, hold on. I gotta wait till I get to the fatality. That's the best part.
Maybe it's like an uppercut. See what's happening here.
Oh.
All right.
Oh no.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh yeah, there you go. It looks like dust or something.
Yeah, it's like gray dust is flying. What was that?
Johnny Cage wins.
Like his foot, like
Super Nintendo, folks.
Yeah. Like what was the deal with that? Like his foot, like kind of did a kitty pride, like it went into his chest, and then he just fell over.
Yeah.
That was like the lamest. Imagine buying that as a kid. Imagine you have a Super Nintendo. You're romping and stomping. I got the best gaming console. Genesis can't do Mode 7 3D. Star Fox chip. The music is kind of weak, but I got Mortal Kombat, and you plug that in, you put that in, and then here comes this.
I'll be mad, bro.
Johnny Cage just like put his foot on Scorpion's chest, and then he did some wobble and died. He went in like some cardiac arrest, like some Life Alert commercial.
Wait, like let me go back because that was funny. Like,
what is that? Oh, what was that?
Yo,
that was embarrassing.
Why would you do this? Oh no,
Johnny Cage wins.
That's violence against women.
Yeah, no, we don't endorse that, y'all.
I don't endorse this at all.
Oh, also, the Super Nintendo version of this, like, they had like, see how like Sonya's standing, like she had like more frames. I could have sworn like in the Genesis version they could hardly like do motions. I don't know if they were trying. It would just be like what? They had that red juice on the screen.
True.
Man, Cheese, my man hard, huh? Oh, Cheese.
That's his move. I guess that's his power move.
Yeah, there you go, y'all. This way.
Yep.
I don't know what you want to do with that. That's
embarrassing.
Let me get my iPad back up. Hold on. This thing kind of blanked out on me. So, yes, to answer the question, man, I'm sorry, man. I have to go with Sega Genesis because...
Right. So after the Master System, I guess, flopped out, right? I mean, I like the Master System. I had Shinobi. I had Phantasy Star 1, which is like pretty groundbreaking in terms of RPGs, JRPGs.
Mm-hmm.
But the Sega Genesis was like the next level. You know what I mean? That was the next level of gaming. The jump from 8-bit to 16-bit was very noticeable, and Sega came out right out the gate with it.
Yeah.
With the first game available for it, which was bundled in with the system, called Altered Beast.
Now, you experienced more of Altered Beast than I did.
Yes.
Because I didn't actually own Altered Beast. You had Altered Beast, right?
Yeah, it came with the Genesis. So I had Altered Beast. I guess it's technically the first game on Genesis I played.
Okay. Oh, you had that bundle. I had the Sonic 2 bundle.
Yeah, that came later. That came way later.
Yeah, I was late to the party.
Right, because I already had Sonic 1 by then.
Right.
What were you rocking before then? You were still rocking NES?
Well, yes, I was rocking the Nintendo Entertainment.
It was still good, though,
system.
at the time. NES was still banging out hits,
That's what, yeah. What I have? Oh man, I'm trying to remember all the stuff I have for Nintendo. Nintendo was like what molded me. I played games on Nintendo, y'all, that like you literally should not ever play.
True.
I mean, y'all probably have played them. Like I played Mega Man 2. It took me 3 months to beat it. It's impossible. In one of the last stages, they have like a pit you could fall through and land on spikes, but it's invisible because you think it's a floor. It's not really a pit. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. Okay, that is not a good game.
It was not a good game.
Ultra
made by Ultra, the company subsidiary of Konami. Definitely not affiliated enough with Konami.
And guess what, y'all? I beat that game too.
Embarrassing.
I beat that game too.
That's hard. I rented it from the video store. Couldn't do it. I was like, this game's trash.
It took me another 3 months.
Sad. I wouldn't put myself through that kind of trauma.
So if I had the skills, I would play it for y'all on stream. Y'all could see, trying to find the Technodrome, bro. Oh my goodness.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness. It rolls in, and have you ever seen it? Like
I've seen it on like a playthrough.
Oh, okay. It's ridiculous. It throws foot soldiers at you. It rolls over you. There's lasers coming out. Yeah, bad game though. But yeah, so after the Nintendo, then I eventually jumped to Sega Genesis. And I remember going to my godmother's house and somebody there, oh, they owned the Sega Genesis and they put on this game called Streets of Rage 2. And I saw it and I was like, what is that? I need to have that. It was like if you could take every 80s action movie and stuff it into a game perfectly. And I was in pure shock. And after that, yeah, I had to own it. Had to I had to partake in the phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
yeah,
for,
that's
yeah.
how I came late to the party.
There you go. I mean, I played Streets of Rage 1 for the Genesis, and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
But but when Streets of Rage 2 came out, it was sort of like they took everything about Streets of Rage and just did like it better. It was basically 2.0.
Right.
The graphics improved. Everything was tight. Like, you know what I mean?
It was so to your point, I eventually
Combat system. Yeah, you
play
eventually went back and played
yeah, I
part
played
one.
Street Racer 1 cuz I needed more. I had to get more.
But
Hold on before I
it
go
was an
on.
ambitious, scrappy little system, the Genesis. They wouldn't just quit.
Right.
They would try, and they would have like these games with attitude and style, and they wouldn't just fall back on formulas. And
Right.
like even when they had their own titles, like they tried to have their own IP. Like they had Shinobi,
Yes.
which I guess was an arcade game first, and then it went on to the Master System, and then eventually it went to the Genesis in the form of Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi Shadow Dancer
Right.
and Shinobi 3. Also a music by Yuzo Koshiro, which is an amazing game with amazing music and for the time amazing graphics and gameplay.
I still haven't beaten it.
It's a hard game. It's not easy. Shadow Dancer was not a easy game either. The one with the dog.
Right.
Mr. Raspberry says Sean was like, "Give me that." He probably said it in his kid voice.
Streets of
"Give me
Rage
that."
2 helped my art, okay? Like I'm not like y'all don't understand. Like
Yeah, it had a cool vibe. It was like neon signs. It had like mood. You know what I mean? Like you kick the guy and it's slow motion as he falls down to the ground. It's very dramatic in its 16-bit form. You have Art Dominique is in the chat, says just
What's
here
up?
just to give a hug and some love. Well, thank you, Dominique. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you,
the
thank you, thank you.
hugs.
What did Mario Cinematic say earlier? I said,
He says, Dan, you got the games when it came out in 89. Well, I don't remember actually. I feel like it was in the 90s. I feel like I didn't get it right away.
okay.
But I guess eventually, like in the early 90s, like 90, maybe a year later, 1990, 91, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't too late. But definitely, yeah, I was like the early Genesis people. And of course, you got to put up with the early Genesis games whenever you get a new console.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
There's a lot of trash out there.
Which is funny because right now, and I'm sure this is Dan too, I don't have a new console. I'm still on PS4.
Right. So
When will I get a PS5? I don't know. I got a new computer. It plays Cyberpunk. I kind of don't care.
Right.
Until they make something exclusive that I
Right.
care about. Huh?
Right. When they start phasing out the old system, and then you're forced to get the new system.
Yeah. Then I'll be like,
that always
all right.
happens. But when the Genesis first landed, it's like, well, you're just impressed by the graphics. They didn't really have like a game with like, I guess what you would say, deeper gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the arcade games that were just translated to the console.
Right.
Like Shinobi, like Space Harrier, things like that.
Space Harrier, I did not play.
Maybe some sports games, but the sports games were pretty primitive. I guess they had like I don't know. Yeah, one of the first games they had on the Genesis was Buster Douglas boxing. Now, if people are not familiar with Buster Douglas, he's the guy who like knocked out Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson, I don't know, wasn't doing he was probably drunk the night before or something. So this guy got one lucky punch on Mike Tyson and like changed the world.
Right.
Changed the face of boxing for a moment. And then he immediately like, I got a brand deal. So he was like the first guy to knock out Mike Tyson. And Sega gave him a game deal called Buster Douglas Boxing.
Did you have this game?
I did not have this game. I saw it played on YouTube, but I'm very aware of Buster Douglas Boxing. I was not gonna, even as a child, Sean, I knew that this was trash and a trash endorsement deal. And I was not gonna like participate in the astroturfing of Buster Douglas's career because he had a lucky punch on Mike Tyson. Okay, not gonna do it.
Well,
do we hear about Buster Douglas now? No, we do not.
No, we don't. We do not.
He's a flash in the pan. Yeah. And I was not going to be one of the early, I don't know, street team adopters of Buster Douglas's campaign to, I don't know, AstroTurf success. No, that's not me. Okay?
Right.
I had some integrity.
No, makes sense.
In fact, I wasn't big into boxing games in general, but I did get Evander Holyfield's boxing.
Yeah.
Which is a good boxing game. And I was like proud to have that for the Genesis.
Oh, there you go.
So. But anyway, sports games were a big thing back then. I was not into the big sports games, but I did play a few. They were pretty good. You had Joe Montana's football. That was pretty legit. Of course, Madden. And that was big. Like, Madden is still big.
Yeah, it is.
And Madden was like, I believe it started on the Genesis. I believe. I mean, maybe it was a computer game first or something. I don't know. But, you know, in terms of console games, Madden was like the big deal, and that basically made EA big,
right?
Was Madden. And I think Joe Montana football was a Sega game. Like, they actually had a good development team for the console. And hockey, they had NHL hockey.
Yeah,
that was a big game right there, as seen in the movie Swingers. When Vince Vaughn is playing it against this other guy, and he hits the guy, and then the blood comes out, and he's wobbling around. You can hit people with the hockey stick, and then the blood comes out. And he's wobbling his legs. They eventually took that out or whatever.
Boo.
But they still had the leg shaking when he's. It was cool. It was cool. Nagi's here. What's up? He says, "Hail Dan and Sean. What's up?
What's up on the YouTube side?"
That's right. Mr. Raspian on the Twitch side says, "Evander Holyfield, paper champ."
Oh no.
Yeah, I forget what the name of the Buster Douglas game was. Like Real Deal Boxing or some shit like that. I was like, this is embarrassing. You were not the real deal.
No.
I guess he was for that night. I guess he was the real deal. He was a lucky deal.
I just wanted to check my thing.
But that was a big stuff, man. NBA Jam, remember that? Now that was both in the Genesis and Super Nintendo at the same time. Some would claim though that the sports games ran faster on the Genesis because it had like a slightly faster processor, even though it had less graphical.
What was it called, bro? What was it called?
The Genesis would call this blast processing.
Yes.
Blast processing.
So while they would lord graphics and colors over us Genesis owners, we had blast processing. So, so our games could be like, zoom. I'm not gonna lie. We took some L's. You know where we took an L? And y'all, if y'all know me, the thing that first got me to draw was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah,
Yes.
we took a turtle L. We took two
Oh yeah,
turtle L's.
2.
Uh, Super Nintendo had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um, Turtles in Time.
Yes, they had Turtles in Time.
Straight from the arcade.
Right. We had the Hyperstone Heist.
Yeah, which only featured 5, I think. I'm almost certain. Don't quote me on. I'm about 90% sure. We had 5 stages. Okay,
Yeah. Pretty sad. Pretty sad.
and
And the graphics were
yeah,
trash
yeah, it wasn't as
compared
good.
to the Super Nintendo.
I don't even know what Hyperstone Heist had like its own story, and like
Yeah, it was almost like they're like, well, we can't make the Turtles in Time accurate on the Genesis. Let's just make something new, which is sad. I was like, bro, you didn't even try.
and then
And they didn't try.
we had that, and then we had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, which was the Turtles version
Street Fighter.
of Street Fighter, right?
Turtles version of Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah. And Super Nintendo, I played both. I played the Super Nintendo version. It was a completely different game. Like legit,
Graphically, gameplay, controls, everything. It was just completely different.
complete different characters, different
Yeah.
stages,
Yeah,
and it was
bro.
cool.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
for
the
Super
Nintendo one
Nintendo,
was
it
cool.
was cool. And then we had the Genesis version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. And interestingly enough, I believe they had the same cover art,
Oof.
but different game. If y'all want to know, I was one of those jackasses that I owned the Genesis version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters because I just had to play it.
Sure. Of course you did.
Yeah, I had to play. I can't
course you
hold
did.
on. Let me see if I find that. 'Cause that was, man. That was Did I close my window? Why did I do that for? Give me a second, y'all. I did something silly. Silly Willy.
But I tell you what, man. We did have Genesis when they both had games that were available on the Super Nintendo as well as the NES. I mean, the Super Nintendo and the Genesis.
Mm.
We did have some small victories, and they're very small. But because clearly when the Super Nintendo came out, it was like graphically superior or something like that. They can get more accurate in the graphical capabilities.
Yeah.
But we had some few W's. I remember Aladdin for the Genesis.
Oh yeah,
Graphically,
yeah.
Aladdin was better than the Super Nintendo, which was a rare W for the Genesis.
Yes. Agreed.
Now, the Aladdin for the Genesis, I mean, the Super Nintendo was actually still a good game,
Yeah.
but graphically, the character of Aladdin was better done on the Genesis. It looked like animation, like fluid animation.
Right. Here we go.
Yeah, of course, like Sega did more. They did more. They took more chances, I guess.
The Samsung
Yeah.
S24 is
Oh, Samsung's coming. It's coming, guys.
Ooh.
A new phone, guys. You could throw away your old phone that you bought last year because a new phone is here. You can
Yeah.
get one extra degree of pixels that's better than the other. That's great, fantastic.
Right.
Toss your $900 phone to garbage.
Yeah, this was the SNES version. Tournament Fighters.
Yeah, this is legit right here.
Man,
Amazing.
no, let's go to the there. I look up that's like the Genesis.
Look at that twirl. That could never happen in the Genesis version.
Oof. Hold on.
Here we go. Oh, already the music is assaulting you, giving you audio cancer right now.
You know what's funny? It was like a different graphic system too.
Yeah, like I tell you what, I get like what it looks darker because they have less colors, which kind of gives it like I guess a more
It gave it a
gritty
more
feel.
yeah. It was like this one was like more evil looking.
Yeah, because look at this, they got like some HR Geiger stuff in the back here. Like, what is this? Clone Leo? It's like this is like
Even in their L, they try to be more cool, bro. Even in
yeah,
the
you know,
even
it's
in
all
the
they have
L.
edgy. Yeah, it's right. Even in the L, they try to be cool, bro. This is like Ridley Scott's Ninja Turtles.
Oh man,
Clive Barker's Ninja Turtles.
facts. Shell shocked every time they get hit.
If he had a fatality, he kind of threw him in the air and like stabbed him in the back. All right, now we're taking some L's here. There's like some kind of cosmic.
Yeah, this stage is trash because why is nothing in the background is moving except like I don't know.
Yeah, this is garbage. He's like he jumped on top of him and hugged him.
Show your face spraying. Yo, why was Krang?
Oh, listen to that music. It's terrible.
Why was Krang mad small? Like,
I'm sure.
oh, I forgot Karai was in this game.
Oh, they have like some Ninja Turtle lore going on.
Yeah. Oh, come on, y'all. Hey, you in the middle of the. Who was interrupting my?
Don't play that music. Yeah.
No, I muted it.
Okay.
My goodness. This is why I gotta get YouTube Premium, yo.
What's the question here? Do you agree that the previous? Oh, I was gonna answer the question.
Thank you, my sons. Oh. Spoilers, yo. That's it. How did I own this game, bro? Let me turn this off. How did I own this game?
I know you were a Ninja Turtle fan.
I was
it all.
I was really trying to. So what we got here? Art Dominique says, I had no idea there were differences. I remember the game being violent. Oh, for Mortal Kombat? I'm guessing she might have been talking about. Oh.
Yeah, well, yes. There was a difference. They changed that though in like part 2.
Yeah, part
Then
2
was,
they brought back the blood for
Nintendo
Nintendo.
wised up. Imagine. Now they don't listen to anybody. I mean, video game companies do. Movie companies do not. So.
Yeah. Nagi said, "Yo, Turtles in Time is Turtles in Time is me and my main it's a favorite co-op game." Yeah, man, that was a pretty dope co-op.
That was a legit game, man. That was a legit game. Beat 'em ups, man. They don't make them anymore. They don't really make those games anymore. Those are the most fun games. They're very relaxing. You know, you just walk straight ahead and hit things, and then it's very simple. It's like an action movie. You do some karate moves and judo moves. Now they don't do that, but except they do it in a throwback, and then people like it. Like when they did Streets of Rage 4, people like that. So just make more beat 'em ups. Final Fight. Can Capcom make a Final Fight? Another one? Side scrolling?
They should.
Nostalgia?
They should make another Final Fight. I don't know why they don't.
Yeah. So those are big games. Like, I mean, there was what are the games that were great on the Genesis? I'm trying to think. They had they had a bunch of sequels. They had like Sonic 5, 6. How many games they had? Like Sonic 1, 2, 3.
Are you talking about Genesis?
Yeah.
Sonic
and Knuckles.
Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That was the add-on technology that was supposed to be special, you know what I'm saying?
Right. The Genesis was doing things like they didn't, while other people were like, well, we're going to just wait till a new console, have you buy a whole new thing. Genesis was really trying to have add-ons. They thought like add-ons were going to be the next big thing.
Right.
It was not, but it was ambitious though. I appreciate the attempt to try to extend the life of the console.
Yeah.
I for one, I got the Sega CD, so I was like one of those. My family got that, so my family got the Sega CD. I was very excited as a kid. It was like the first time I heard like a game use audio
Yeah.
and have a cinematic where the person was talking and audio came out,
No, I can imagine that must have been crazy first hearing
which is
that.
like mind blowing.
I did
Which
not
I
have a
guess in
Sonic CD.
reality it should not be mind blowing because you have television shows and cartoons, but it's sort of like it didn't happen in a game.
Yeah.
So when it happened in a game, it was like, what? It's mind blowing because it's all text
Yeah.
back then. You play some RPG, they just have to read the text. Now they talk to you. And I had that, and of course, similar to the Master System, it was sort of like a singular experience.
Yeah.
It was like me and like one other person in high school that had that, and that was it. So we just talk about it, no one knew what we were talking about. But it didn't matter because we were like, in a secret club or something.
Right.
So they had some cool games for the Sega CD. It was but it's funny because graphically, aside from the available, the music being better and able to have like video played in between stages,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that graphically superior to the Super Nintendo or the Genesis. Not by much. I think it had like a more accurate version of Final Fight, but it still wasn't. It didn't have a graphical, or I guess memory enough to have two players
Yeah.
at the same time, which is stupid. And that was in all the systems. Like they didn't have two
Yeah, like
players
yeah, for Super Nintendo, like Final Fight did not have two players. Now Final Fight 2 and 3 for
Yes.
for SNES had two players. Not sure what changed, but
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So for Sega CD, they had the game Snatcher, right? Hideo Kojima's cyberpunk masterpiece, right? That was an amazing game. It was more like a text-based adventure, I guess.
yeah.
It wasn't like, action, or it was kind of like a text-based adventure mystery. But it had cinematics, it had like extensive voice acting.
Mm.
It had it's Hideo Kojima, so it had like, a billion endings, one after the other.
Guess we'll never see a remake of that game. Huh.
Yeah, the RPGs were good on there. It had Lunar 1 and the Silver Star and Lunar 2.
Mm.
And that had voice acting too. So that was like you're playing an RPG. They're talking. They got the little anime cutscenes. It's like was light years ahead of what was done on like the Genesis and like Nintendo and stuff,
Throwbacks, man.
It's good times. And it, by today's standards, these games have like, primitive graphics and antique,
Of course.
gameplay. But I guess they had enough. It's like if you fill in the blanks in your mind to have it, your imagination is kind of stoked by these games in some way, And the characters are all action based, so it was like kind of still fun, like as an artistic.
Right.
You can admire it on an artistic level as well, like especially if you're a comic book guy, because the characters they had were kind of like comic book characters. Like I'm surprised they didn't have, like how Udon they make Street Fighter
Yeah.
comics, that there were no Sega. I mean, there were Sonic the Hedgehog comics, but that was about it. Like they didn't do Golden Axe comics, they didn't do Shinobi comics, they didn't do
You're right.
all their other franchises, right? Streets of Rage,
No,
Echo the Dolphin. I don't know.
They need to call me when they do
Altered Beast, the comic. People turn into like a wolf and then a dragon and all that.
Yo, aren't they
yeah.
still trying to? I remember when they had that thing where they was like going to get a John Wick guy or so. There's some rumor to do a Streets of Rage movie or something.
Oh yeah, they were going to do this. Yeah, apparently they were going to do a Streets of Rage movie produced by the John Wick people, but they don't have a director, they don't have a star. It should be easy. They should get the guy who directed Nobody
Oh, there you go.
because he worked with those guys before. And the star of it, I don't know. Get anybody. See, right now you're drawing Axel Stone
That is
from
correct.
Streets of Rage.
The young
Um,
version, not the Streets of Rage 4 version. So
Right.
since we're doing a Genesis throwback
Yeah. I don't know what
chat,
young person can play him right now. Like it's Crims Hemsworth, but he's like, I guess he's not in his 20s, but like, so what? It doesn't matter. He's in shape and can do the
right?
moves.
I'm like, yo, bro, you gonna do this grand upper right now, you know?
Yeah. Chris Pratt. Chris Evans.
You need him to scream exactly like to like
Yeah. They're gonna have to do it
yeah.
exactly like the game.
Look, I'm not playing around. Like I'm not playing around.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what I was talking about DMC earlier. No, this right here. No, this. Don't.
This you can't mess up. Like with Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, he looked great. He running around looks great. Tails was great.
Yeah.
You know, the movie, the first one was pretty good. It was all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know about like I don't understand it. Like Jim Carrey being a slim Robotnik, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Eggman, I don't know why he's like. I thought in the second one he would get like fat, like he would like.
That's what I was thinking. At least get a fat suit or something.
Yeah, I thought he would by the end of it he would have had a fat suit, so he looked more like Robotnik. I thought that was a gradual thing that was going to happen, but I guess he was like, I'm not doing that fat suit stuff, and he was like, all right, well you're Jim Carrey, you're the boss. But they really should have had like a dude in a fat suit. But
Oh yeah.
and him going to our planet, I don't know what they were doing with that. It's better to do things like the Mario movie where it just takes place straight up in the Mushroom Kingdom.
But for Streets of Rage, I'm gonna okay.
Streets of Rage they can't mess up to me.
Listen,
Because that was a
this
big
is
game
what-
for me.
Now, I got mad requirements. I don't care, y'all. I need them to wear exactly what they were wearing. It shouldn't be hard. White T-shirt. What was his headband again? Was it blue or red? I think it was blue. I might be wrong.
Probably.
I should know this. I'm like a Streets of Rage ologist or something. Axel Stone. Yeah, it was blue. Okay. Just checking it out. Blonde hair, like, like.
Carna says you shouldn't need that. The 70s was a long time ago. Shouldn't need what? I don't understand.
I'm not sure. I mean, if he's talking about Streets of Rage. Yeah, so I need all that. I need the 80s vibes intact.
Yeah. You know who should direct it? The Kung Fury guy. Maybe he could do that.
Oh, maybe he can. I need when they make the punks, I need them. When they make Y Signal, which by the way, it took me a little while of playing the game to realize why Y Signal was named Y Signal.
What was that?
If anybody this one of the henchmen that you just beat up in the middle of the regular game. Do you remember R Signal? Do you remember P Signal and G Signal? They were all color coded. Y Signal was yellow. R Signal was red. P
Why were they
Signal.
signal though?
I don't know. They were just called Signal. Now the rest of them had weird names. Like there was R Bear, and I think R Bear was called R Bear because he was wearing red. So red bear. But then like the Bear Junior, he didn't have Bear Junior was green. And yeah.
Incarna says them outfits. 70s outfits? Who had the 70s outfit? What? I don't understand.
It's just white shirt and jeans, bro. That's it. No bell bottoms either. It's like regular one. The outfit literally could survive today. The only thing that dates Axel is his headband.
Right.
Yeah, everything else. I need Blaze in her outfit with the skirt. I need the music. When they do the music, now we could take some leeway, but I'm gonna need some musical Shiro cues in there. Somebody could like remaster his stuff. in the fight scene, I'm gonna need all of that. Okay, that's a very important part of Streets Rage 2, which I personally claim is
Right.
one of the top tier soundtracks, video game soundtracks of all time.
100%.
I don't know. So, but I mean, if John Wick people are on it, I guess they're gonna do it justice, I suppose. But yeah, of all Genesis games, that one definitely shaped that shaped my. A couple things in my life shaped my art style. First was the Ninja Turtles. Right after that, I would have to say Streets of Rage 2 specifically. I think somebody in one of my streams before asked why not 3. I have a couple of reasons why not 3. Obviously, the best Streets of Rage currently is Streets of Rage 4. But for reasons of nostalgia, Streets of Rage 2. Hold on, I need to lower that belt.
Mr. Rasmain says, I stepped away, gummy bears. What? You mentioned gummy bears?
I can't.
I don't know.
Oh, R Bear. I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's like different like Streets of Rage villains.
yeah.
Incarnate says, I don't need that dingy ass shirt. What, Axel?
No, the Incarnate's just hating because he's 2 years old. So.
Oh, okay. What should you be wearing? Like Supreme? What do people wear? Like
yeah, he got
a Supreme shirt right now.
I think Supreme might actually be out now. Like you gotta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hype Beast. Kanye shoe or something like Air Force Ones.
We still wear more. People actually still wearing Air Force. So you can't wear a black Air Force One though. Any color but the black. Why did I close my YouTube? R Bear.
That's why if they did Streets of Rage, it'd be better if they did it as a period piece.
Yeah.
Like have it take place in 1991 or 1993 or whenever the game came out.
Right.
Incarnate says it would all be better than that dingy ass shirt. He wants him to be like the modern Streets of Rage.
I don't know what the modern Streets of Rage is.
I don't know. He'd look like Jaden Smith and have like a face tattoo or something.
But what would be the same as like, oh, look at Axel's pants, it's kind of tight. I'm like, yeah, skinny jeans.
Yeah, he just
It's like the same thing. Like it's
drinking lean and being a mumble rapper, maybe.
Oh, I guess maybe if you put it in like new style, it would probably still look the same. Now, unless it was like new hood style, then yeah, then maybe it would be slightly different. I suppose.
Yeah, it had to be a throwback to like the 90s. He says, "Ooh, nice dad. Why'd you like put Ray in the movie too?" Yeah, exactly. We should put Ray in there.
Yeah, there you go. Here's
Ray is gonna have her own movie.
Oh, that's right.
Ray is going to have like her own trilogy. I think the way they're talking about it, like Ray from Star Wars is from this new director whose only experience is doing documentaries in Pakistan, so it should be pretty lit, right? Anyway, this is Bare Knuckle 2.
Can't wait to take you guys.
Oh, come on, guys.
That's the new Axel outfit. The
Yeah, exactly.
with those giant.
Yeah, freaking. Yeah. Oh, that's a boy, Big Ben, Galcia. Oh, sweet. All right, you have to forgive me because they did have multiple versions of like Big Ben, so. Sometimes they would name them. Sometimes it'd be like Gourmand. You know what I'm saying? This guy's named Balloon. I don't know why he has 2 life bars.
Yeah, this is fat shaming, calling him Balloon.
They don't care. They didn't care back in the day. It's a fat dude named Balloon, all right?
But he's happy, you know what I'm saying? Laughing.
Man, he was happy until he got wrecked.
That t-shirt is tight.
Man, he got no shoes on, bro.
Yeah, that sailor outfit on. The big chicken you just randomly eat off the floor.
Yo, when they do the movie, I want R Bear to look exactly like R Bear, bro.
It would give it the movie some kind of style or aesthetic. They shouldn't try to modernize it. It'd be kind of like weird to look at if you with a sailor outfit, stripy shirt,
right?
Suspenders.
Yo, somebody had an interesting piece of lore. Well, not lore, like some realization that they said they have never seen anybody beat R Bear without getting hit. And I was like, really? Apparently, my man is. I can't get past Abadidi without getting him. Let me see him beat him up. Hold on, let me skip it. Come on, X. Kill him. Yeah, there you go. With the win stage. There you go. Throwbacks, huh? My man R Bear. R Bear better look exactly like R Bear in the movie. Matter of fact, they could just put me to consult in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Producer.
Yeah, can I get producer cred? I'll be there. I'll be like, listen, guys, I got requirements. Okay. Nagi says I have a pair of Air Force Ones. I like them, but they're old now. I've never had a pair of Air Force Ones, actually.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Rasmus says. R bear means something else now. Yeah, it does. That is to be true.
I don't even want to.
So innocent. Stay that way. Mary Cinematic says, "What's going on? Yeah, we're on the chat. What's up?"
What's up? Oh, yeah, on the Twitch side. What's going on with y'all?
Incarnate says Air Force is the devil. Not a fan.
Okay, Incarnate does not like Air Force Ones.
Nope.
So that means if he saw like Hideo Kojima wearing Air Force One, he would like, no, I don't know, going into a spasm or something. All right, let me.
I'll be giving him Air Force Ones at this point because Hideo's become this big clout chaser, like Hollywood clout chaser. He's probably getting all kind of free gifts and random swag bags and donos, hanging out with Jordan Peele and
I forgot about that, bro.
celeb friends right now. Nicholas Winding Refn, Del Toro, and who's the other one? The people in his new game where they had video of their faces in a black.
Oh, the horror joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He don't got to tell you what the story is. He doesn't have to tell you what the game is about at all. It's just
he's like, it's a game. Come through, and I'm like, bro, what is this? ¿Qué es esto? Like, what?
But we love Hideo. You know what I mean? But I don't know what's going on. Like, it's getting a little out of control, I guess, at this point. But maybe he'll come back to us one day. I'm sure Carno would say, "Hell no, that ain't never gonna happen."
He need another studio like Platinum Studios to put his stuff in check. I don't know.
I mean, maybe people are down with it. Like Death Stranding 2, you ready for that?
I mean, the trailer looked fire, but no, I am not. No,
game, it's like you're wobbling around.
No, man, I'm here battling gravity.
Ready to wobble again? I don't think so. Wobble simulator.
I'm not battling gravity, bro.
You could play that at home. You get yourself start drinking. Just start drinking.
Yeah,
some,
and then just be like, oh.
Yeah, Manischewitz, and then you I don't know, just wobbling around your house. Carter says, "You mean baby bags too?" Yeah, exactly.
Baby legs, yeah.
Baby legs, yeah, baby legs.
I know. So speaking of, you want to talk about? Maybe this will be one of the last things I mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is once again another Streets Race 2 mention, but somebody had a tweet talking about what beat 'em up do you consider better than Streets Race 2? And I answered the question, nothing. Nothing. Name it. I'm not taking any Final Fight arguments. Final Fight was really cool. Final Fight had this weird thing where, like, Streets Race sort of had this as well, but Final Fight is notorious for this, where, like, if the enemy walks off screen and you just walk to the edge of screen and just start punching, they'll walk right into your fist. That is bad AI. Listen, Streets Race had the mood, the atmosphere, the music. They had the move. They had more moves.
Yeah.
You can't grab somebody in Final Fight, give them 2 knee kicks, flip over them and slam them. Nah. You can't pull out. Actually, hold on. No. I'm trying to remember if Final Fight had 2 different types of supers. I know in part 3 they had like multiple of Streets Rage. They had multiple versions of supers, but
Well, yeah. And I can't think of any other ones. Double Dragon, like I mean the graphics,
still
no.
not being Streets Rage 2, bro.
No, yeah, no.
Let me. I'll think of anything. Rival Turf. Oh, nobody played that. Nobody even knows
Yeah.
what that is. Um, beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bad
even
Dudes.
I even count. Yes, I even count Turtles, the arcade, and Turtles in Time, and I will still put Streets Rage 2 above it.
Yeah. That's deep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the way it is. I mean,
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to really think
yeah.
about the beat 'em ups, but I'm kind of
And
drawing a
regardless
blank.
of what you guys, what we like or what you guys like, just remember one thing: like the video.
There you go.
Like our video.
Yes.
Helps the algorithm, lets us, be seen by the YouTube overlords. They'll push our content out to you. Pick up Red Cyberpunk Fairytale. Check out redcombook.com for original 88-page cyberpunk reimagining of Red Riding Hood in an action sci-fi vein. Check out redcombook.com, Red Cyberpunk Fairytale, the graphic novel.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Mary Cinematic says, Sean, you didn't care for Final Fight. Were you more of a Streets of Rage guy? Oh, yeah, I guess he answered that. He definitely is.
Like
I am too as well, particularly Streets of Rage 2, because Streets of Rage 2 is basically the improvement of Streets of Rage 1.
right.
And it had more of a move set. It was more fun to play. Like, it didn't have like stupid, unfair things in the game, but it was still challenging.
Oh
And they
yeah.
had like hard modes, like Mania mode, if you wanted the super challenge. And it was 2 players.
Right.
So Final Fight was 2 players in the arcade, but when they translated to the NES, it was 1 player. They later changed that, but it was like, I don't know. It's kind of like the moveset was still better for like all the characters in the Streets of Rage. Like, I guess if Capcom had the graphic, if like Streets of Rage had the graphical capabilities of what Capcom was doing,
yeah,
maybe then it would be better. But like,
yeah,
but I don't really know. It's just like,
yeah,
I'm fine with the graphics of Streets of Rage 2. I'm really okay.
like they I think if you could break the game down, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, Sean says he's going to do a video about this or something. Like, he's going to do a Streets of Rage representative.
Yeah. So maybe I'll save all these talking points for the breakdown of the video, because it's just
dive on the beat 'em up genre.
It's just the feeling that you get. Like, first of all, like, it's everything that an 80s action, if 80s action movie or 90s action movie was a game, Streets of Rage would be that. Like, it starts off with like this guy, Mr. X. He's looming over the city. He's mad big on top, like on top of the city, and they present to you the problem. He's taking over. The syndicate's taking over, and you got the I don't know, the smooth music in the background, and then you start the game. You pick your 2 players. By the way, if you start Streets of Rage 2 for the first time, walk to the left hand corner all the way down and hit the attack button. There is a free one up there. I found that out by mistake many years ago. There's a free one up in stage 2 as well somewhere.
Fun times.
And then you're just playing. You're playing through the streets of New York. So I guess it's home to us. You know what I'm saying? You got bumping dark techno in the back. Then you play through a bar. Then you get behind the bar. You fight that guy. Then you're on top of a building, fighting through construction. Man, look, I don't got time to go through all of it, because I realize as I'm talking with you guys, I was like, By the way, speaking of which, because I'm going to mention this at the same time, what I was going to say is, I thought that maybe I'd be able to like clip this part and make a Streets of Rage video, but I realized I have so many things to say about Streets of Rage that's not even possible, and I'm just going to have to re-record. But what I was going to say is, We do have a new video that we had some sample talking points. We were talking about Stellar Blade. So on YouTube, the YouTube side, make sure you guys check that out whenever you get
Yes,
the chance.
indeed.
Incarnate said, "What? Yo, Dan should definitely play the new Mr. X." So he play the new
Yeah, I
Mr.
got City behind me. I'm looming over. Wear that suit. Have the henchman.
Didn't Mr. X have a laugh too, or am I bugging?
I don't think so. He had that machine gun. He would just shoot people, and then like he'd hit you with the butt of the gun, like if you got too close to him.
Right.
It's something about like you have to. All these games would end like same like an action movie. It's like a large elevator that goes up to the top floor, and it'd be some rich dude, some rich crime boss at the top.
Yeah. I mean, and he had to be stopped.
Incarna says he would laugh and shoot you. So I guess he did have a laugh.
Oh, let's see. First of all, like, how you just start off that? Son?
Yeah.
Like, man,
Yeah.
pistol.
He died. He didn't have that much energy too.
He died? Damn. Oh yeah, there you go.
Like when you revive, they instantly get knocked down.
First of all, my man has. Is he playing on Mania? My man got 4 life bars, bro. Yo, that gun is annoying. You know what's funny? Mr. X doesn't have that many moves either. Like, his moveset is kind of trash. Oh, hold on. We gotta see the last. We gotta see that last knockdown. What do you hit him with? Oh, the grand upper. Oh. And he got a 1-up.
Oh, he tried to get back up, fell back down.
Yeah, he couldn't maintain. You know what I'm saying?
Dead. Did he die?
Yeah. No, because remember Streets Race 3? Streets Race 3 was a weird one. I'm gonna have to cover that in the Streets Race video too.
Crazy.
Where like Mr. X, what the heck?
Uh-oh. It's a Super Nintendo fan coming to beat you up. He's going. I don't know. Anyway, guys, it's been a great stream.
Yes,
We've been
yes.
through memory lane. What did Carney say there? What the?
David left. It said, was it the villain for his kids? Yes. Yes, it was. I'm not gonna lie, 4 is really great. I just think like the premise is kind of like whatever.
Right.
It's like they were trying to hypnotize people with music or something. I don't know. I was like, all right, whatever.
Wacky.
Yeah, it's wacky fun, I guess. Except Mr. X was creeping. Yeah, he was out here like he was.
Remember they had the same stage earlier in Street of Rage 3, and then he was a robot.
Oh, because that was like, yeah. It's like you thought you got up to Mr. X, and then you found out like it was like it was a robot placement, and then you had to find the real Mr. X, who was just a brain, who would control a bigger robot named Robot Y.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude. That was wild.
Yo, 3 was
weird, scary game, man.
It was kind of frightening.
Yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive on that one too. But guys, great stream.
Yep.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, thank you. And
check out, like the video. Check out redcombook.com. Check out the video Sean has done. This looks great, by the way. This drawing looks fantastic.
Right.
Axel Stone. This is Axel Stone from Streets of Rage. I guess you'll make this into a video, incorporate this into something.
Yeah, because like I said, I realize trying to do a deep dive on Sega, and even just talking about Streets of Rage is going to take me like a while. So, Corinthians, my my bro-in-law, Corinthians Rising is here. It's drawing my son. You see. Sorry, you drawing my son. I see. Yeah. Small note. My nephew's name is Axel.
Oh, okay. Is it based off of a video game?
Right. And I don't know. I think we I believe my sister got him a Streets of Rage onesie, but he probably outgrew it by now. I'm not sure.
We'll make sure we'll upgrade every year the new onesie.
Right.
All right.
All right, y'all. But we're gonna head up out of here, and we will see you when we are on next time. All right, y'all. Peace out.